My internet just conked out. Okay, that was weird. It doesn't say I dropped any frames. Might have been on my end. Alright, so final 2 side quests to wrap up the comic game. Alright, nighttime. I think we're at a good spot for nighttime. Fall off there.
This isn't going well. Don't give up. I'm right next to you.
Alright, got that done. So at the next fall, I need to go switch to Ryan. So his elevator state doesn't really matter that much. Okay. Yeah, I'm having some internet issues.
This isn't going well. Get a hold of yourself.
Okay, what happened? I actually had to go move something real quick on the other side because I'm afraid my had to make sure my internet was connected. Okay, perpendicular and then hold right.
This isn't going well. Don't give up.
Yep.
I'm right next to you.
Yep, so now it's Rhine time. Fly up, puppy. And press big button. Sorry about the noise. Alright. Now around the last segment of the field. Jump at the end.
Alley-oop.
Okay, not as clean of a jump. If you jump just right, you'll clear over the ramp there. I'm gonna go take a quick break so that way I can go get me some water. 120 now. Yeah, I am most definitely this time on the split. Swap movement, and it doesn't help that has cosmic aim for a second. Okay, so Gatto. This fight is actually one of the cooler fights of the run. We're controlling Ryan for a specific reason. He has the engineer belt on, which reduces his enemy view range by 40%. Gatto is an interesting fight because his fight operates on a range basis, where once you're within certain ranges, he'll use different attacks. For the most part, he's going to be using his
I'm afraid you must be exterminated.
his talent art, which has always gives a vision. However, though, if you were to go within a certain range, you'll transition to a quick. So we're moving in a specific way, so that way he uses quick cannon instead of his talent art, and we can finish up the chapter. That should not have been a time save, by the way. Oh well, my Central Factory will go rough. Yeah, I'm going to lose time on the Central Factory because my Central Factory fight was perfect. Yep, and I'm not going to do the menu, so. Yep, so once again, doing some long walking. At the very least, there's only like 45 minutes left in the run, so. We're getting there. Heading to the second of 3 locations for the Mechonis, and this location is kind of the neglected middle child. Just because, well, there's only one cutscene in the entire section. It's just filler to pad out the distance between the lower portion and the upper portion. Anyways, you skip travel there, so that way it does not do that. Okay, Stream Elements is weird. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have it split up in 2 parts. Alright, note to self for future. If I ever do any future runs, have recording and streaming at the same time. Alright, welcome to Central Factory. Very underrated location. One of my personal favorite locations, even though it's kind of neglected. Alright, let's get to the Central Terminal. And only cutscene in the entire place. Yeah, I'm not gonna do any not gonna remove the elevator stay here.
Alley-oop!
Yeah, since I still have elevator state, if I were to jump off of this, I won't get the momentum boost, so. Gotta move in this manner.
Alley-oop! Alley-oop! Alley-oop!
Alright, quest complete. Easy. Break into the factory. Now, for the next mission, press a button. I know, they're just giving you exhilarating content. Quest completed. Yeah, they were grasping at straws on what to do here. Avoid these enemies. See where these jokers are going. Because sometimes they'll just go right in your way. Alright, skip here. It's way up there. I'm gonna turn around. Next mission, blow up a door. And material for a bomb.
Quick up to this one! Roger! Okay! Wow, down! Everyone, let's keep going down! Almost there! Don't mess with the best! Cool! Let's keep this up!
But we mustn't be careless.
And this next fight is going to shift manner and use this attack method skill.
Going down! Not long now! Wow, down! Don't mess with the best! Nice job!
Let's press on.
Now for the cooler of the fight. Because we have such a long range, we can just do this.
Going down!
Yep, so we can take out that enemy farm without having to worry about the ads.
I can see this isn't pushing you at all.
Nice job!
Okay, last time we'll be using sword. And that's to press one button. Just make it here. There we go. That's the button. And blow up vent, and we are done here. Yeah, feeling a little nervous about my controls. All of a sudden my anxiety just kind of welled up. And plus I'm just feeling exhausted right now. And they're kind of moving really weird down there. Alright, Mechon Factory. Where all the Mechons are made. They aren't being made as 3D models, no. They're born as 2D models. Only for them to be given the life of 3D at one point or another. Enjoy their pixelated 2D-ness. But then again, it's also to save a lot of space. Excuse me. Excuse them all. That guy was really not letting me through. Okay, so this upcoming fight here is probably the last of very difficult fights. Well, there's one more fight coming up that's kind of RNG. It's either we get a good pattern or we get a horrible, horrible pattern. This all depends. I really don't have a good idea for this fight. Just turn right and pray. Yeah, I try to line myself right here.
This is our target!
Roger! I'm on it!
If we fight like this, we can't one heal shot. If we kill I really do need a shower right
Yeah,
now.
sometimes that fight can
I
go
can see
perfectly,
this
and other
isn't
times not
pushing
so
you
much.
at all.
I was targeting the right guy, but it worked out in the end. Wow, not a consistent gold split. It's all supposed to be gold and gold and gold. Advance Nopon Heroes. Alright, Ruined City Agnirtha. Yeah, so Agnirtha is, it's a quaint little city. Ruined because Telethia. All these ruined dino beasts down here. Yeah, it turns out, Zanza is not really a good guy. He sent all these Telethia here to wipe out the Mechonis, and rightfully so, Egil is not really happy about, Bioniso. Hence the Circle of Revenge. I know on Sunday I need to hydrate myself like crazy. Like, I'll chug an entire gallon of water if I have to. Random. Alright, so now we need to go activate some teleporters. Pretty simple mission, all things considered. Yeah, I'm kind of in focus mode right now. Imagine this run if I did the Ether Mine super skip.
Alley-oop.
Alright, where's Tristan at? Tristan is in not a good spot. Like, if he turns, I'm dead. Okay, we're good. Yeah, Tristan was in probably one of the worst possible locations. Like, I probably would have had to kill him, you know, through. Avoid the Grand. Just because Tristan will chase you up the tower. And really, Tristan's the last unique monsters we need to worry about. Yeah, so we're going through Agnirtha in this manner, because we need to hit up the 4 teleporters at some point or another. So, and then in the meantime, we'll be hitting up the landmark that we need to get to. Also, how the heck did that unique monster not see me this time? Like, I can hug the wall and he sees me, but I can go out and he doesn't. Xenoblade never makes any sense. Just go past that. I say go past that. Okay.
I'm not doing too well.
Get a hold of yourself!
Alright, do. Spiller. Alright, 3 of the 4 pillars activated. Okay. That was the wrong spot. We just line ourselves up here. Jump, and, consistent and free. It looks scary, but it's totally consistent. Well, except for one time that I somehow clipped through the wall. Yeah, somehow clipped through the corner and fell to my death. I think it's deleted off Twitch, but yeah, that was, not a fun one. And I think soon after that was when the corner hunt started. Damn it. One too many ZRs. Got 2 Zealous there. Anyways, elevator states, just so that way I can do this and not be jumping up to the stratosphere. Alright, so now we're heading into casually what could be one of the worst fights in the game. For me on New Game Plus, I don't care about this fight. Because by the time that the ads come in, the boss will be already dead. Flies go away. Alright, now for Ignirtha to lock itself out. Flies, I said go away.
Being the bionic.
Understood.
You and the Monado.
Coming right up.
Yeah, I just need to get down to a certain health threshold.
This is our target.
Understood. I'm on
Right.
One heal bullet coming right up.
Wow. Shadow actually lived. So I think Dunman might have gotten here. What's up? No, well, he might have. So yeah, so we want to make sure we get that one shot, otherwise we might get taunted, and when we get taunted, bad things happen because we can't target Eggle. Not Eggle, Gato, and Gato can do some mean stuff like fly off the battlefield and then nuke us from afar. Yeah, casually that fight is like one of the hardest fights in the game. If you're struggling in that fight, grab Minato armor from one of the side quests on the Fallen Arm. It will save you a lot of headache. Okay, same strat for Eggle.
Now I shall finally rid the world of you bastards.
Now we're working as
And that's
one.
about what we can Earth him down.
I
This is
can
our
teach you
target.
just how
Understood.
inferior your
Down
power is.
before he activates the
One
card.
heal, we're starting to look like a team.
You and me here. What do you expect?
Whee! Yeah, I lost a bit of time because I really fumbled up that. Now I'm really going to lose time on this split because my chapter 15 was perfect on my PB, so. Yeah, I talked to Eggle at an odd angle, just so that way I don't accidentally talk to his friend next door. Oh. Alright, so now we get a gigantic walking simulator that absolutely nothing happens. Like, it's just a long walk there, so I guess kind of going into, I guess some references. If there's anything Takahashi loves, it's Gnosticism. And one of the big things about Gnosticism, well, yes, Takahashi also loves nihilism, but if there's one big thing about Gnosticism, it's the fact that there's a, I guess, material world and the upper world, so to speak. The material world that's ruled by Yaldabaoth, hence that's Eggle's face mechon. Yeah, that's Eggle's face mechon, and I just... Brain, why do you shut off all the time? Yep. Yeah, so basically, Eggle sees himself as the new
It's
false
just
god of
as I thought.
Mekondus. Meanwhile, he can see that Mayneth is actually the true god, and the same can be said about Xantha, who's basically the Demiurge. He's the creator of the material world, sure, but he's not actually the true god, and that being Elvis. Or Santos.
This is our
This right
target.
here can be a pain in the butt.
One heal bullet coming right up.
Yep.
We're starting to look like a team.
Aim higher, Shark.
Yep, I just want to wait there for a second for physical defense down to go on, because otherwise that fight is one giant pain in the butt. But anyways, coming up here is going to be probably the most technical fight of the run, and that is Yaldabaoth. Because Yaldabaoth has 3 phases to him. So for the first phase, which is the most difficult part...
So, you worms.
Okay. I'm gonna call this one...
Of my heart.
One heel
So
grip coming
that way I
from
can down here
Will never
outthrush them.
defeat
We
me.
can move on to the side, so you need to chastise.
Annoying.
And okay, perfect. We'll stay over here. And then he's going to use the energy punch here in the middle. This will spawn 3 different cores that we need to take down.
Now don't you crumble beneath my foot.
This one will hurt even more.
That. So here, Eggle's going to use his big old vision. This big old vision is unskippable. This is saying, oh hey look, Bonus is going to be destroyed. Destroy 3 energy generators before Bonus is destroyed. So, we're just going to let this cook.
It's time is now. Let's go for a quick win.
Things are really heating up.
The spirit, darling.
And we pretty easy. Yep. That was could have gone better, but
Yeah,
oh well.
fire it up.
Oh wait, I said skip. Lost 4 seconds because it did not want to skip. So now is another very difficult fight.
This battle is mine, Maynard.
Alright, doing this that way I can immediately charge up.
Is that all you've got?
Just that way I can avoid getting damage.
I'll burn everything to ashes.
You are a pathetic excuse for a god.
I feel,
Is that all
Basically,
you've
just
got?
double attack.
I feel like
Get
I
out of
could
here.
beat anyone.
Okay, that Sansa could have gone a little bit better. Ideally, we get the RNG. There's a little bit of RNG with that fight. Ideally, what we want to do is immediately get talent to its full. Okay. Need to get better at changing my party members, but ideally we want to get our party gauge to full immediately, our talent gauge, so that way we can go to a second gear and then immediately use our talent art to destroy Sansa's health bar. That is the ideal. If you do that correctly, you can just destroy Sansa instantly. Otherwise, it's a long slog of a process. Yeah, that fight can be pretty interesting. Now, another long walking segment. Yeah, I don't really have anything to add because a lot of story stuff happened. TLDR, Sansa was hiding in Schultz's body the entire time. Comes out to play after Dixon shoots Schultz in the back. Mance comes out to try to protect Schultz and Hari from death. That was the boss fight we just had. And then Mance gives her life so that way the party can escape and create a world with no need for guards. So now we need to escape. Because well, this place is going to explode. Even though it doesn't look like that. Trust me, the music says it's going to explode, so we need to get out of here. Yeah, my brain is so scattered right now. It lost all energy. Very sloppy in game. Alright, people, get the hell out of here. And McConaughey is all locked off. And basically everywhere is locked off right now. Well, everywhere in McConaughey is locked off. And Alchemot's quests are also locked off because, well, after this cutscene, yeah, the Hyanti are actually Telethia.
This is our target.
Not a problem.
Okay, everyone bail.
I feel my power return.
Yeah, so with Telethia, this is basically an auto-scroller. You can't lose time, you can only lose time. Yeah, we're just all kind of vibing right now. Yeah, that's kind of the sucky part is that, oh, my brain just blanked out there. Yeah, with this fight, you can't really gain time because lose time because Telethia has decided to do a certain number of attacks before it in the fight. You can speed things up a little bit if you get a luck with paralysis. However, none of the arts we have right now actually has paralysis. So we can't skip Telethia, so we just have to wait for Telethia to do its thing. Because this is the part that can use the time. Telethia just loves to move around. You can move around once or twice or none. 0 moves is great. 1 move is average. 2 moves, bad luck. this entire fight is just part 2 of the chapter. Yep, and then in my notes, Dixon laughed at you for losing time. And with this all done, we are now done with chapter 16. Yeah, that was some really bad luck for 16. So 17 is split up into 3 parts. You have the Telethia Onslaught and basically a lot of story stuff. Shulk's not quite dead, he's just kind of in stasis, so to speak. And now Melia's coming out for a breath of fresh air and talking to Fiora, who's kind of on life support right now. Yeah, a lot of stuff happened, and basically now we're in the endgame portion. If this were to be compared to other RPGs, this would be basically Disc 3/4, or just like the final portion of the game. A lot of stuff opens up at this point. I guess you can also say this is like the airship portion. A lot of stuff gets locked up, but a lot more stuff gets opened up. All the super bosses are now out to play, and yeah, it's a fun time. Yeah, basically all the side quests can range from level 70 to level 90 for enemies you have to fight. Very little in the in-between, just you gotta know the enemies. Yeah, so now Telethia are going to be attacking the colony, so we need to make it back, reunite with the party, and make our last stand. Yeah, things definitely feel hopeless at this point. Okay, good. I was worried I had missed my jump. Used the wrong visual cue, but it works out. Okay, so now it's going to be the last menu of the game. Yeah, so at this point we're going to be setting up a party. Just waiting on this to load. Okay, my brain just dudded out there. You get that. Okay, my brain just...
Roger! No problem!
Okay, perfect. This might be like... You want to take left... I messed up that menu, but I could have gone worse. Okay, so this fight we're just using these guys don't have a lot of health to compensate for them being Telethia.
This is our target!
Understood! I'm on it! Great! That all you got?
Okay, I must have messed up my menu before. Alright, so now we are heading on into the Mechonis Bionis now. Yep, and we're going to go fight probably the most infamous fight in the game. Lorithia. Yeah, with that fight, ideally you want all the enemies to move up together so you can take them out one fell swoop. But, yeah, sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. Yeah, so Bionis Interior. I think Arcanite's the only person I know who actually likes this place. Everyone else I know just doesn't like this place for a very good reason. The music's okay. It's just one gigantic open maze, a lot of pathways, a lot of very annoying enemies. Basically, you're going to be controlling ether users for this place, and yeah, it's the location of all time. Yeah, so now you just need to make your way to their heart, and that's basically the where the boss fight is. Yeah, so very important that you do not fall into the acid because you can't skip travel if you're in Deathwater. So you have to slowly wait for your health to diminish, and then you get placed at the last landmark. It's stupid, they should have killed you if you land down there, but... And this enemy is in the worst possible location. Okay, almost the worst possible, but... Yeah, a lot of Telethia in here that loves their Aura Reed, I guess the Soul Reed, a couple unique functions I'll see you, and also the Black River Bean, the most infamous item in the game because, well, it's stupidly rare, and there's not many locations for you to farm it. And plus, all locations that are possible few and far between. And yeah. Yeah. Well, I know on this platform a liver bean can spawn. Ideally, you go to the one lung that you don't visit during the story. That's the best spot you can farm them because you just load there and then put out to the main menu if you don't get it. Or alternatively, just farm the atom drops. Not atom drops. Landed trials. There we go. Yeah, my brain's running on E right now. Okay, enemy moving out of the way. Yeah, these enemies, they're very annoying because the hitbox extends all the way down to the ground. And they can easily push you off. In fact, one of my very early runs I did this category, they extended down to the ground and I got pushed down into the death acid and it cost me the run. This late into it too, so yeah, enemies are not that great. So coming up is probably one of the most interesting fights of the game. And that is Lorithia. Lorithia is basically a barrier boss where once you defeat the enemies down here, her physical defense is
Enjoy this rap. This is our target.
called
Back with a vengeance.
Yeah, ideally you want to use Magnum at the end. Oh, here we are. Final area. Which is basically a bunch of boss fights. And also, very weirdly placed landmarks. That was the first landmark. As we climb up to this big old gate here saying, yeah, this is endgame, you get the second landmark. The next landmark is not going to be for another 5 minutes or so. Right? Yeah, 5 minutes. Yeah, it's kind of weird how they do their checkpoints here, but oh well. In the music, you can definitely tell this is endgame. Yeah, the lighting screams endgame, the music screams endgame, the enemies here scream endgame. Yeah, final level. We're chasing here to the top of Prison Island to get to Zanza to, oh, piss off! I thought I got them all in this file. And plus, Death Leeches are like stupidly rare too for some reason. You need 7 of them. Yeah, that probably cost a TV. And I'm actually going to shut up now for the rest of the run because I want to focus. Alright, Albert 1, Magnum Buster. Just because I don't trust my AI. Yeah, the sucky part is that all my endgame fights were perfectly clean, so...
This is our target.
Roger, I'm on it.
One heal button. I could really do with a shower right now.
Let's press on. Good thing I'm here.
Amen.
No? Anyone?
One heal bullet come. This is our target. We took this victory together.
But we mustn't be careless. Man, what a bunch of jokers.
Yeah, what a bunch of jokers. Also, important thing, if you are doing the vine clip method, don't clip through that wall there. You need to press this button there, because if you raise the bone pillar before pressing that button, you actually soft lock the game. You can't beat it because cutscene flags. I'm gonna try to get the swag fall here. Temperamental, fall here. Okay, we more or less got it. Yeah, if you fall at just the right angle, you can actually skip a... Yeah, you can cut down on your fast falling and definitely works out. It's pretty temperamental, but if you get it, it saves a bit of time. Alright, Bone Killer has been raised. So now we need to go backtrack. Yeah, it's kind of funny because for a while people thought you had to get the hole in one to save time. Turns out it's actually faster to just backtrack through the kitchen, through the behemoth's den, and then fall right into the kitchen.
Alley-oop.
Also, you can't jump to the ground because it's, you go splat. And then this area is just giant anyway, so...
Alley-oop.
Alright, perfect fall there.
I'm not doing too well.
Steel
That's
yourself.
ideally how that
The
falls.
fight has only just begun.
Okay. Next up for Albert, Magnum Buster times 2. Alright, let's skip over the cutscene.
This is our target!
No problem.
For victory! For teamwork!
Let's not lose our heads, though.
But we must be careful.
Yeah, my end game was like perfect. Alright, slow back on the camera. Alright, now here in the Great Canyon. Yeah, we were here a little bit, like half a run ago. Because we just basically spawned here, and then we just crossed the bridge, and that was it. Now we get the full scenic vista. Oh yeah, I know I lost time too. Bloody raspberries, or I guess leaf peas. Yeah, so I guess kind of the fun thing is that there's actually a very hidden unique monster on this bridge. Basically, you need to take out these 3 dinos here. Afterwards, 3X will spawn. You need to defeat those 3X, and then afterwards, Fiendish Auburn will spawn. It's a very well hid unique monster. In fact, it was the last unique monster I ever fought in this game. Because it was just that well hid. Yeah, I'm really wishing I didn't get horrible RNG for 16. Yeah, I didn't play time. Alright, I wonder if we're gonna have some fun Gigapur experience today. Yeah, for some reason during my last run, Gigapur just kept on following me. So let's see. Yeah, Gigapur is the unique monster that's flying around right now. He loves to see you, and then all the ads will follow you. They're all, akin to just... Okay, good, they all do. Yeah, one of them just somehow clipped through the wall and then just chased me up all the way up here last run, so... Glad that didn't happen. Okay. Elcar is Berserker Magnum, Buster Beam. Yeah, I didn't want to kill Elcar before he does his talent arc, because otherwise he'll fly all the way across the room. Typically, I like to engage Elfar on the ledge right over here.
One heal. This is our target.
Roger.
That was almost too easy.
Man, what a bunch of jokers.
Not bad.
All right.
Not bad at all.
Alright. Apply INT forehead. Alright. So now we got Dixon up here. Yeah, Dixon, either you can get a really good Dixon or a bad Dixon. And also, we cannot skip this cutscene because it's the point of no return.
I can... Yes.
I can sense Dix. Alright, so we crossed the point of no return. Now, we go beat the game. Yeah, kinda glad that, kinda glad I was able to get kind of speedrunning again. I mean, it's not my main preference, but yeah, it's something to do for live streaming. Probably Twitch actually is used.
Finally!
Dixon,
This is getting boring.
yeah, because I had really good RNG for that Dixon fight. So yeah, so I guess casual mode, the number one caveat that speeds up casual mode for the fights is just you don't have to set up as much. Like for me, I have to use 4 setup moves to ensure the one shot. Meanwhile, in casual mode, I can only just use like Buster and call it a day. So welcome to space, where bit rates go to die, and everything is very sci-fi-y. I don't know, for some reason, this looks familiar. I don't know. Is Saturn in our solar system? I don't know. Yeah, so this here is a somewhat of a boss rush. A little bit of fun, a fun fact, so to speak, is that if you go through the battle data, there's actually a placeholder for a Lorithia fight. Yeah, so Lorithia was actually at one point kind of intended to be a part of this boss rush chain, but cut for semi-obvious reasons. So I guess we would have had a Neptune fight, or maybe one of the fights here would have been replaced. Oh well. Yeah, I actually do like a little boss rush. Anyways, here we're visual cue, we just line ourselves up with the left wing, and then we can go over here because here in space there's a bunch of invisible walls. This is why we have not been to Mars yet. There's invisible walls everywhere. Alright, there's the moon. And what's that big ball of water up there? I wonder if we're leading up to something important. Probably not. So yeah, so hopefully the run on Sunday goes well. I have a very generous time limit, so. Alright.
I shall wipe you from this world and bring forth this demise! Yala, nicely done.
Okay, full combo.
Only the divine may shape the future.
Whip through the air. One heal bullet coming right up.
Yeah, Zanza 2 has the most health, I think, of any enemy in the game. Or definitely
How can you... Your existence cannot be permitted. I will destroy you. No, it cannot be.
Nice.
Great shot.
11-second PB. Actually, no, that's a 10-second.
How? The power of a god cannot be overcome.
Zanza, this
Well,
is the
that was-
providence of the
Not
world.
expecting to get a PB.
Even
on my
gods are
second
merely
run back.
beings restricted to the limited power
Well, That was fun.
determined by providence.
I guess I'm
That power,
no longer rusty.
although great,
If I'm able to
is
PB.
not unlimited.
Okay, I
That
think
voice.
my
Albus! How dare you
glitch must have
disobey
activated
me?
that because
Ah!
after I really
I am Monada.
can't work on my
I was here
category,
at the
glitches
beginning,
categories,
and I will
that was fun.
proclaim the
Hopefully
end.
y'all enjoyed this.
But that's impossible.
Shulk, it is time for you to choose. Does this world belong to Zanza, or does it belong to you?
That is
Hopefully
something
y'all had fun.
I decided long ago.